आपके आश्रम में मैं गणेश जी की वो
बहुत सुंदर प्रतिमा है,
बहुत खूबसूरत प्रतिमा देख रहा था।
यस।
उसके आने से पहले क्या हुआ था?
उसके आने से पहले मुझे विजन आया था. I had a vision of the Ganesha with Dashbhuja, and Gurudev's voice in my head said that you have to bring him here in the ashram. And me being the ordinary person that I am, I don't have so many resources, very limited resources to sustain and manage our expenses. So ये इतनी temple and this big pratima and all is not my capacity. So मैं तो हंस दी गुरुदेव को. मैंने बोला कि इतने पहाड़ जितने बड़े गणेश कहाँ से लाऊं मैं, है ना? So I said, okay, it is his wish and command, and it becomes my duty to do it. So I'll make a small Ganesha of the same this thing. Then we searched everywhere. We did not find such a Ganesha anywhere. So long story short, we found a person who could make this for us. And when he drew the sketch and gave, the sketch was exactly the way I saw it in my vision. And so the Ganesha was made. 3 days before the Ganesha, the room where I had to put him was ready. I could not make a temple so soon. The Ganesha was ready very soon, and the temple was not there. So I said, where do I put him now? So I made one room ready for him. And I was sitting there lighting a lamp in the evening, and there was nobody. I stay alone. There's nobody there around. I light a lamp and I sat and I saw 2 big auric bodies come into the room and sit where the pedestal was, where Ganesha was to sit. And these 2 big auric bodies were like out of the world experience for me. It was, a part of me was saying, ये तो भगवान खुद आ गए हैं, कोई शिव पार्वती आ गए हैं. एक पार्ट मुझे बोलता है कि बाहर कुछ होगा, देख के आओ. तो मैं जाके बाहर चेक करके आई कि कहीं लाइट तो नहीं है, कहीं कोई प्रोजेक्शन तो नहीं है, कोई क्रिस्टल तो नहीं है बाहर. A part of me had gone mad thinking, look at the vibration and look at the room was chilled like it was a frozen room, and the temperature outside was hot, and I sat in the presence of those 2 light bodies for an hour. I've shown you the picture of and so you cannot explain this experience to anyone. People would say, ये तो Photoshop की image है, and you have all kinds of interpretations of such things. People like her are mad, they imagine hallucination.
But ma'am, जो feel करेगा वो feel कर चुका होगा.
वो feel कर चुका है.
उसको बताने की जरूरत नहीं है.
And to me, that is the end of the story.
Yes, सत्य को प्रमाण की आवश्यकता नहीं है.
नहीं है.
वो महसूस का विषय है.
महसूस का विषय है.
जिसको होना है वो हो चुका है. उसको हमें बताने की जरूरत नहीं.
And it is not required. I feel,
yes,
it has left a sense in my heart forever.
Yes. But just do you think कि ऐसी चीजें एक signs होते हैं life में? How do you take it?
See,
signs of maybe something is happening, जैसे गणेशा आ रहे हैं, maybe वो will को पूरा हो रहा है तो God is happy, or how do you take this?
Is it important to analyze it? Or it's just over? जैसे you've tasted the flavor of that thing and it's over. उसे analyze करके फिर हम बुद्धि लगा रहे हैं अपनी, फिर उसके इंटरप्रिटेशंस लेते हैं. जैसे कई लोग मुझसे पूछते हैं, हमको ये सपना आया था रात को, माँ आप बताइए ना इसका इंटरप्रिटेशन. मैंने बोला तुमने सपना एंजॉय किया ना, द स्टोरी इज ओवर, है ना? Why you revisit? Where is the analysis required? And it can never happen. You see, God has created this beautiful earth, and this world is such a mystery. Nobody can decode this mystery 100%.
Nobody.
That means you will always beat around the bush.
Yeah.
Guessing games, trying games. क्या करना है? Just be and enjoy things as they are unfolding.
Yeah.
Enjoy the things as they are.
At times ignorance is also bliss, no?
Absolutely yes.
Because I remember जब podcast शुरू हुआ था तब मुझे लगता था अच्छा मैं तो इतना कुछ पढ़ा हुआ है, मुझे ये आता है, ये पूछूंगा ये वो. But after 200 episodes, I just feel कि मतलब with every conversation मुझे अपने आप को और नीचे महसूस होता जा रहा है.
और आपने ये realize किया होगा राघव कि ये चीजें हो रही हैं.
Yes, 100%.
ये चीजें हो रही हैं.
अगर पहले ये था कि मैं कर रहा हूँ, अब वो मैं से अब ऐसा आ गया कि वो हो रहा है. कैसे हो रहा है, कहाँ से हो रहा है,
कर्तापन खत्म हो जाता है. कर्तापन खत्म होता है. आपको लगता है कि हम में कैपेसिटी ही नहीं है.
Right.
To the perfection with which things unfold, it's like you see a flower blooming. You cannot concoct that process of blooming. The natural way in which every petal is unfolding, it's so difficult to make that.
Right.
You can't do it.
Right.
और कितनी सहजता से होता है वो.
और होता है वो,
होता है वो।
बस होता है।
हाँ।
अब उसमें लॉजिक लगाने की जरूरत नहीं है,
जरूरत नहीं
वो
है,
खूबसूरती से आ रहा है, एक्सपीरियंस करने की जरूरत है।
बिल्कुल 100%।
सो वो गणेशा जी की मूर्ति फिर उसके बाद कब आई, जो उस दिन आपके जो विजन्स आए उसके बाद इट वाज
It
टू
was
कम द
about
नेक्स्ट डे?
no, not next day. It took about 6 months for
Okay.
us to get the Ganesha made, and then he arrived, and we got him installed in that room where the vision was there.
Oh, this vision was 6 months back.
No, not 6 months. It's already more than 9 years now.
No, the vision, when did the vision come to you? Before the
vision
Pratima
of the
arrived?
Ganesha came first.
Okay.
Then we ordered, and we got an artist to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then this miracle of seeing the auric body was there. And 2 days after this,
Okay.
the Ganesha arrived, the idol arrived.
Okay.
And he arrived, and he was in that room for about 1.5 years.
Wow.
I took that long for me to make that small temple that I did.
Uh-huh.
You know, that's how slow I am.
Slow and steady wins the race.
So it took about 1.5 years. And since then I've been doing his seva myself.
Beautiful.
We don't have a pandit hired to do the विधि पूर्वक पूजा. विधि भी उन्होंने ही सिखाई है मुझे, और पद्धत भी उन्होंने ही सिखाई, और मैं ही अपने सच्चे दिल से उनकी सेवा करती हूँ. So now there is a temple, and the temple is called a temple of silence, because I am very much a reformer for consider myself a reformer for religion and spirituality. मुझे लगता है कि mid path होना चाहिए. And so it's called Temple of Silence because the temple is unusual. It's open. It's open. 4 doors are open. There's only a chat, and it's a place for meditation. That's why it's called Temple of Silence. The offering that we give in the temple is that of silence and of Jnana Yoga. So we do satsangs there. I am in the temple every day from 3 to 5. For whoever comes, I give a satsang. I talk about Jnana Yoga. I talk about how to be happy, how to live a wholesome life, how to come in integrity with yourself, how should you enjoy this experience of earth, etc. So there's no bhajan kirtan happening there. I do a havan every day. There's a homa happening in the morning and arti happening in the morning. But the rest of the day, we don't have flower offerings, coconut offerings and all that. We keep it very clean. And it's a place for silence.